How do I, 27F, get my boyfriend's 33M daughter, who hates me to bond with me, and not worry about how her mother will react? Fake names. Chase, my boyfriend. 33M Jane, Chase's eldest daughter. 8F Alex, Chase's eldest son and second child. 5M Chelsea, Chase's third child. 2F Jessica, Chase's youngest child. 9 months old Willow, Chase's ex and the kid's mother. 31. F me, 27F. This is how me and Chase met. Chase and his wife first met in January 2011 when he was 20 and she was 18. They began dating for 5 years until 2014 when Chase was 24, his birthday is on summer. They both got married and welcomed a beautiful baby girl on July 14th, 2015, called Jane. They had more beautiful babies throughout the years and had a beautiful relationship until Chase filed for divorce on December 2022. Their relationship was breaking down for multiple reasons, such as they were both too tired to look after Jessica, and I felt bad for Chase because he was made to do a lot of the work, and Willow would always berate him. I first met him when I took my niece and nephew and younger cousins to the park, and they were there. I overheard them argue as their children were playing, so they couldn't hear them, and they weren't noticing. Willow was asking him where the diapers were, and Chase forgot. This has caused an argument since Willow answered back, "Please tell me you did not forget the diapers? How am I supposed to change them now, hey? With leaves? The baby pooped itself. Can you go back to get them, honey?" Chase said he can't because he's tired and he can't walk back 6 streets away just to get a packet of diapers. "What do you mean you can't walk back a few streets away? I was the pregnant one, not you. You don't have to worry after walking few streets away. Can you at least buy me a new pair of diapers?" Chase looked confused. "For you two?" "For the baby. Stop trying to be funny. I will go since you keep on doing my heading." Willow storms off to go to the shops. I asked him, does she always yell at him this much? Chase told me pretty much since she got pregnant with the 4th kid. "That's not normal. I'm sorry you had to go through that. It's not normal to treat your partner like that. Pregnancy is not an excuse to be rude to people. How about I lend you a diaper so you can change the baby?" I asked him. He thanked me and then we made small talk. I met their baby for the first time and she was so adorable. Chase told me her name and I said hi to baby Jessica. From there, Chase and I became friends. I told him I found the wife needing diapers, joke funny, and we had a good laugh. Willow came shortly after a little stunned, but she didn't think much of it since she had male friends too, and she's not the type of person to get paranoid over having friends the opposite gender. I quickly befriended Willow, and we followed each other on Facebook and Instagram shortly before coming home. Hey, quick reminder, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I saw Chase a week later in a pub with his then wife Willow, as they were having drinks for the first time since giving birth. Willow had to go to the bathroom, and I began to chat to Chase. I asked if Willow still nags at him, which he responded, yes. I felt bad and said, "Don't worry. If she can't treat you right, then I will. Don't tell her, or she will get mad," before winking at him, which made him giggle. The problem, from there, we began dating behind Willow's back until December 13th, 2022, when Willow came back with Jane to get her nails done, and caught me and Chase cuddling on the sofa watching TV, and she flipped out extremely at us to the point where both Willow and Jane were in tears because of it. Chase tried to explain it's not what it looks like until he realized no one was buying it. Alex was asking why his mum was yelling at his dad until Jane pointed at me and said it was my fault. Alex looked sad and went back upstairs. I told Willow we were sorry, but it was not appropriate to argue in front of the kids and to think of the children. Willow screamed back, "If you care so much about the kids then, why did you break up their family? I finally found happiness after such a rough life I went through, and you ruined it just because you wanted Chase for yourself, just because you're jealous and you couldn't find anyone, so you had to steal people away from others." Willow suddenly realized Jane was watching everything and began crying and apologizing to the children for making them watch that, and she wasn't thinking straight, but she didn't mean to upset them. The younger ones were just scared and stood there, but Jane told her, it's okay, and it's not her mum's fault that I'm horrible. I went quiet, because I didn't know a 7-year-old, 7 at the time, knew what those words meant. but I guess she was repeating them from their mum, so that's what influenced her to act that way. I apologized and explained to her that it wasn't appropriate for us adults to argue in front of children. I explained how I tried to get them to stop, but her mother wasn't listening. She told me that me and her dad shouldn't make my mum angry if I didn't want her to shout at me, called me a fat pig, and told me to get lost. She stormed off to her bedroom. How does a 7-year-old know such details? I tried to explain that I am sorry for breaking up her family and asked if she wanted to move on, put that in the past, and that me and Chase will always love the kids. Alex and Chelsea accepted my apology, but Jane kept on ignoring me. Chase and I got kicked out, and he filed for divorce on December 15th. The court thing is still going. They ended up getting 50-50 custody, not straight away. When they first got to my house, since I offered Chase and the kids to move to mine since I have more room, I wanted to welcome the kids by giving them a hug. But Jane pulled them away and said, she hurt Mummy and made her sad, so don't go near her, and told me she didn't want me here, and she only came because she was forced to. I gave them their teddy bears with their names on it, which I got knitted by my sister just for them with my own money. Chase offered to pay, but I refused. I thought it wouldn't hurt to give the kids a small welcome present. Jane told me she hated teddy bears and they look ugly. She said she has her own one that Mummy gave, and Mummy's one was better. Why is she acting like her mum's personal therapist? It's not her job to look after her mum's feelings. And I said that she doesn't need to look after her mum, and she said she isn't forced, and that I want to look after Mummy forever, even though she says I don't have to, and it's her job, but I still want to, and she isn't forced, and accused me of trying to make her hate her mum. Jane came running back down to sit on the sofa. She used her fingers to go through the sewn-up teddy bear and rip them apart, then stormed off to her bedroom. I went to my bedroom and cried. I got that made personally, just for the children, a welcome gift, and she destroyed it. Why is she rude to me every time she comes to my house? I know I upset her mother, but I want her to bond with me. But she wouldn't let me. I tried to come to her events, but she ran up to her mum and dad in happiness, then pulled a tantrum every time she sees me, and says, "What am I doing here?" And she doesn't want me here. She says she won't stop pulling a tantrum until I go, and I had to leave almost every family event in tears, because everyone will stare at me and give me dirty looks. She even skipped a few of her siblings' events because I was there, and she said she won't go if I'm going. Willow tells me that I should have thought about that before breaking up the family, and I said I know, and I'm sorry. I've already been punished enough, and now my own boyfriend's parents and family hate me, and don't want me at family events because they want Willow to feel safe in their home, and Jane always starts crying every time I'm joining in. She got on well with Chase eventually, but she still hates me. Last month this year, I showed up with Chase to celebrate her birthday, as Chase was invited, but she began screaming and crying and said she doesn't want me here, and I ruined her birthday. She grabbed my present, opened it up, and broke the doll into pieces before throwing it in the bin, and said it was the worst present ever, and made me cry. Willow said, "Well, no one told you to cheat with my ex-husband and break up the family. You should have thought about that beforehand and that it's her choice. If she doesn't want you here, then you should leave since I didn't even want you guys coming here. But I only invited you both just so you don't sue me for parental alienation." Me and Chase were cussed out by the entire adults, especially Willow's granddad, who came up to me and screamed at me, saying it was my fault for breaking up the family, and manipulating Chase along with Chase's mum, even trying to escort me out with his dad, escorting both of us out. It even got to the point where now she will get up, get changed, have a shower, have breakfast, brush her teeth, go to her maternal grandparents, my grandparents, or go out in the town with her mum all day, then come back late at night at 8:30 p.m., brush her teeth, get dressed, and go to sleep. She even demands she has sleepovers to get away from me and her dad during his custody turn. He tried to sue for parental alienation, but the judge said unless she's sleeping over her mum's during our custody term, then her meeting up with her mum outside of her house is not violating custody agreements. I messed up. I tried to call a therapist yesterday, but Willow threatened to take me to court if I tried to do parental stuff, and it turned out she already put them in therapy ages ago. And the therapist said, while bonding with Chase will be nice, she doesn't have to not hate me if she doesn't want to, as long as she's being civil and won't take it out on potential half-siblings in the future. How do I get her to stop avoiding me and hating me and get her to understand that she doesn't have to be afraid of what her mother thinks? Aita, for firing the babysitter? August 15th, 2023. Fake names. Chase, 33. M. Me, 27. F. Jane, 8. F. Alex, 2. F. Jessica, 9 months old babysitter, 20. F. Mum, 60. F. Me and Chase were going on a date night. I hired a babysitter to watch over my boyfriend's children while we go out to a restaurant out of our local area to eat out. Chase had some rules that the children sleep at 11 p.m. are not allowed fizzy drinks and are not allowed to drink or invite people to our home. They aren't allowed to take the children out after 7 p.m. That sounds reasonable in my opinion. I told the babysitter I made chicken nuggets, there's lollipops, packet of crisps, sweets, or a bowl of fruit, and I also made some cheesecake if they get hungry. I let her know not to serve them all at once, but they were just options. I even got juice cartons with straws in case they were thirsty, and she understood. I gave her a list of instructions too, so she knew how to look after the children. Then me and Chase took off. I came back 2 hours later. It would usually take 1 hour and 30 minutes, but there was traffic, and I let the babysitter know, and I apologized, which she accepted, and said she understand. And I found the babysitter feeding Jane, Alex, and Chelsea a can of Coke with 3 packets of Smarties each. Not 1 packet per child, 3 packets per child, which me and Chase didn't even buy. And the Coke cans were on the highest shelf on our fridge, which the children, besides Jane, wouldn't even notice if they opened it, because the fridge is tall. Chelsea had Coke dripping down her shirt and chocolate around her mouth, and Alex came up and cried to me and Chase because his stomach was hurting. I wondered where Jessica was, so I went to her cot. She has 2 cots, one upstairs and one downstairs in the living room, and she was in the one in the living room, and found herself eating a whole banana to herself. Jessica is being introduced to solids, but she can only eat apples and bananas if they are cut up, which is what was said on the paper. Chase immediately took the banana off Jessica, which led to her crying. Chase would have let the babysitter off with a warning had it just been the Coke, or the 3 packets had the packets just been the packets we bought, but Jess could have been choking, and suffer had she at the whole banana. Not to mention, the babysitter bought a can of beer and drunk it at our home, and left the children home on their own. Chase was understandably mad, and fired the babysitter on spot, while only giving her half of the money that she should be getting. Even getting mad at the babysitter for going out while leaving the children on their own with Jane to look after, since a 8-year-old shouldn't be babysitting younger children, and drinking it while looking after the babies. Anything could have happened to his kids if they were left on their own for that long. It's not like Alex, Chelsea, and Jane were 12, 15, and 19, because if that was the case, then I wouldn't be that mad since someone of that age can look after themselves on their own for a short while, but a 5-year-old, 2-year-old, and a 9-month-old should not ever be left alone, and I'm just glad nothing happened to them. I even admit that I flipped out at the babysitter as well. The babysitter left in tears after promising it wouldn't happen, but I didn't want to risk the children's safety, and neither did Chase, so we said to her, "It doesn't matter if it doesn't happen again. You left 4 young children on their own, was drinking alcohol while babysitting, and she broke a lot of rules, and we weren't going to compromise the children's safety." The children, Jane, Alex, and Chelsea, were up, and Jessica stayed in her crib after their dad sent them up so we could have a word with the babysitter, so they didn't hear much since they had headphones on and were watching cartoons on their tablets upstairs. That was that. Once the babysitter left, we went back up to put the children to bed. Before you ask, we cleaned the chocolate off Chelsea, and I took her to the dining room to the bathroom, which was next to the kitchen, to change while Chase was telling the babysitter off, while Jane and Alex just got wipes to wipe off the chocolate around their mouths. Today, a few hours ago, I vented to my mum, but she complained that me and Chase were too harsh on the babysitter, and everyone makes mistakes, so maybe we were being too hard on the babysitter. Aita, were Chase and I harsh on the babysitter? Extra information. Just in case you're concerned with us storing junk food, we don't usually keep junk food around our house. We just had 1 multi-pack of 8 chocolate bars and 1 multi-pack of 6-packet crisps, but we don't eat it too often. This was just a treat, and we limit how much junk they can eat, and they're not too big on junk food. My 27F boyfriend, 33M as son, 5Men as mother, 31F, is accusing us of parental alienation. September 2nd, 2023, BKBM, boyfriend's kid's bio mother, got mad because she couldn't afford to get her son a Lego set. The Lego set costed £15. And her son came to me crying when it was my boyfriend's turn to get custody because his mum wouldn't get it because it was too expensive. He asked me why his mum can't afford toys over £10, and I told him, "Don't worry, some people can't afford nice things, but it's okay because I will buy it for you instead since I got enough money." I took him shopping with me to buy the Lego set he wanted, and he got to take it home with him this Monday when he went over to his mother's house, and according to his mother, he went on about how he loves me so much because I bought him a toy. Apparently this made her mad because when me and my boyfriend came over yesterday to collect the kids, she had a go at me and started accusing me of trying to turn her son against her, cause now apparently her son says he likes me more because I can buy him the Lego set, and she couldn't, so he loves me more. I tried to explain to my boyfriend's son that not everyone can afford nice things, but that wasn't good enough for her because I'm apparently trying to cause drama, even though she the one that argues in front of her and my boyfriend's kid instead of talking to us privately like grown-ups. But I was just trying to look out for her financially and save her the burden of spending a lot of money because she isn't broke, but she can't afford stuff that most people can. My boyfriend even said that we're not trying to cause drama and that he can return it if he wants, to which she said, "So what? You can tell the kids that I won't let them play with toys you and your girlfriend buy and have them hate me even more." They don't hate her, but her son wished she could buy him toys over £10. I'm not falling for that. You know what? Forget it. But if you even try to pull that asterisk with me and try to turn the kids against me, then there will be serious trouble. She said goodbyes to my boyfriend's kids and headed home. My boyfriend's son asked if he will be in trouble and asked if he isn't allowed to play with his Lego, to which me and his father said to not worry and nothing will happen. We said he can play with it if he wants. He doesn't touch the Lego set now because he's scared that his mother will get upset, even though it's just a toy. This isn't the first time that she had tried to poison my boyfriend and her kids against us, and even the law had to step in, get her in trouble, and warn her that we could sue her for parental alienation if she turns the kids against us. She tried to sue us for parental alienation once and lost, so now she's bitter that she can't turn the kids against us. I didn't think trying to save my boyfriend's children's mother money and spending a lot on a toy is a bad thing, but it's now bad co-parenting and overstepping. Was I really overstepping? How to sue the crying baby on a plane? Or put it to sleep on a plane? November 17th, 2023. Me, my boyfriend, and his children are going abroad on December to visit his family for Christmas. One of them is a baby. Yes, BM is okay with it. And we booked her a hotel and paid for her ticket and plane as well, and my boyfriend will also pick her up too. And this is my first time traveling with a baby. 1F as a grown-up. 27F. Because I do not want to disturb the other passengers on the plane, what can I bring to put a baby to sleep? And how can I put a baby to sleep on a plane? I will bring her favorite teddy bear, and I will put on cartoons on for her. But she will be tired, since the plane ride will be long, and I can't really walk around while holding her when she is crying, because other people do not want to hear her cry, understandably. So how can I put a baby to sleep on a plane? We have come to the end of our story. Subscribe and like the video so as not to miss the videos that we will upload in the future. Tell me what do you think about this story in the comments. I'll see you in the next story.